Gamers, we are getting so close to that Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, I just cannot wait. But you know what? While we wait, let's pay respect to the OG Switch, the one that kept us busy for the past 8 years. Welcome back to this Nintendo Switch retrospective, and today the year is 2020 and the Switch is entering its 4th year. Let's see what it had in store for us. March 2020, wow, what a month! Not because of the Switch games, but because of, well, you know, that whole virus that's about to paralyze the world for the upcoming years. Anyways, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX was released, and well, it's a game, alright? I did play it for a few hours, but I don't know, I feel like this game may just not be for me. The gameplay is interesting, and the art style is actually pretty cool, but I just cannot sit down and play this one for more than 30 minutes at a time. It's just too simple, I guess? Animal Crossing New Horizons also came out during that month, and well, as I mentioned in previous videos, I'm not a fan of this series, so there's not much I can say about it, but from what I've seen, it looked like a pretty solid entry in the series. This time around, you get to customize the entire island, and you can pay a visit or have people visit you using the online functionalities. I feel like this game is a you had to be there to enjoy it type of game, and even if I decide to get into it nowadays, it just wouldn't feel the same. The game just came out at a perfect moment when everyone needed it. A special Animal Crossing Nintendo Switch also came out during that month, and it comes with some amazing looking Joy-Cons. The Switch console also has some cute looking little drawings on the back, which made it the perfect bundle to get. If you didn't care about the game, yep, game not included. Okay, sure, that's totally not dumb at all. Speaking of dumb decisions, in March, Pauline was released for Mario Tennis Aces. Wow, this truly is one of the updates of all time, yay! Luigi's Mansion 3 also got a free useless update adding new costumes like Mummy Luigi, Knight Luigi, and Groovigi. Who asked for that? Cooking Mama Cookstar released on March 30th, and man was this game surrounded with controversies and conspiracy theories. Basically, it came out for a few hours on the eShop and was then immediately pulled back due to some legal issues between the publisher and the owner of the Cooking Mama IP. The publisher also had a lot to do with blockchain technology, and some people said that this game was actually using your Nintendo Switch console in the background to mine bitcoins or whatnot. These conspiracies ended up being completely false in the end, but this was still pretty entertaining to see. A Nintendo Direct Mini also happened during that month and gave us a bit more infos on upcoming Switch titles such as Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, which finally got a release date of May 29. Marvel Ultimate Alliance got an expansion pass announcement, so there's that. A bunch of 2K games, including BioShock and Borderlands, were announced to come out for the Nintendo Switch, so that was actually pretty unexpected and cool. Some free DLC was also announced for Animal Crossing, where you collect eggs or something? I don't know. Ring Fit Adventure got a rhythm game update that looks a lot like Nintendo's own version of Guitar Hero, so that was pretty interesting. The next Smash Bros. Ultimate character was kind of announced during that direct. It was revealed it was gonna be a character from the game ARMS, but Nintendo didn't mention who, so okay, thanks for that half update. Speaking of, ARMS was going to have a free trial period for the Nintendo Switch Online members. From March 26 to April 6, the full game was free to play, so you could experience it and figure out that you didn't actually need to buy it because it wasn't that good. Anyways, Bravely Default 2, an RPG by Square, was revealed, and I mean, I kind of enjoyed the first one on 3DS, so I was pretty stoked about that one. Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics was also revealed, and well, it's just a compilation of a bunch of real-life board games, but now playable on Nintendo Switch. It looks kinda fun, so hopefully it won't be $60. The Direct ended with a new trailer for Pokemon Sword and Shield Expansion Pass, and now we know the first part will be out by the end of June, so at least we have that to look forward to. It was also during that month that rumors started to float around that Nintendo was preparing a Mario 35th Anniversary special game that would feature a bunch of Mario remasters, and maybe even a new Paper Mario game. And you know what? I'm down with the Mario remaster update, but Paper Mario? I mean, after Sticker Star and Color Splash, it's okay, we don't need another one, Nintendo, you can keep it. April is now here, and wow, was it a boring month for Switch users. Like seriously, I didn't buy a single game during that month. And well, since the world was pretty much on fire, all that was left to do was to play older games and go through my backlog. Nintendo released a new trailer for Super Mario Maker, revealing the final major update. And to be fair, I was shocked by that statement. The final one? Already? I mean, the game's not even 1 year old. What happened? The original Super Mario Maker on Wii U received so many updates over the years, with special collaborations, amiibo costumes, cool levels and whatnot. And well, less than a year after its release, we were now already at the end of Mario Maker 2 support. Thankfully, the final update would be quite interesting, bringing the World Maker mode where you can finally create a world map and link your levels together to create your very own Mario game. New power-ups were also planned, such as the frog suit from Mario 3 and the mushroom from Mario 2. I was seriously very excited about this update, but also completely crushed by the fact that the game would literally be left alone to rot. It was a bittersweet moment for me. Now, as if April wasn't bad enough with everything going on and the lack of games coming out, Nintendo also got hacked and 160,000 Nintendo accounts were compromised. Basically, the exploit went through people who were logging to their Nintendo account using the Wii U's Nintendo network IDs. Well, considering I have a Wii U, I guess I was probably hacked, but nothing bad happened so far, so I guess we're good? Oh hey, the Nintendo Switch got a new update that added a way for us to customize our button mapping. Accessibility options are always important, and I'm glad Nintendo realized that and made this happen for the Switch. May is here, and well, the remake of Xenoblade Chronicles is finally out. And well, I mentioned it a couple times, but I still haven't played it thoroughly. I played it for a couple hours, and I can see why people enjoy the game series. The battle system is pretty fun, and the worlds you can explore are just insanely big. But seriously though, can we talk about the side quests? I've played this game for like 3 hours, and I already have over 50 side quests. This is a bit overwhelming to me. Remember that Kickstarter I backed a couple months ago? No? Well, let me refresh your memory. Ta-da! The Wonderful 101! This originally was a Wii U game, and I also picked it up back then. Anyways, it's a game made by Platinum, so of course it's going to be completely goofy and over the top. From what I remember about the story, some aliens attack the planet and it's up to a bunch of heroes to save it. There's 100 of them, and they're called the Wonderful 101! Because you are the 101th hero as the player. Get it? You have to combine your heroes and draw patterns using their bodies to create giant swords, guns, hammers, bombs, whips, and more. The game is a bit hard to follow, considering everything is so dang small on screen, but just go to your nearest eye doctor, get some prescription glasses, and you'll be fine. May was also the month where Nintendo decided to reveal their newest game in the Paper Mario franchise, the Origami King. And well, I mean, it looks a bit different from the previous two, but once again, they didn't bring back the classic formula from the first two Paper Mario games, so the reception to this announcement wasn't that positive. The battle system looks so weird because you now have to fight in circular arenas and you gotta move them around to line up enemies before you attack. Like, what is this? A freaking puzzle game? At this point, it's safe to assume that Nintendo just doesn't care about classic Paper Mario fans. They just want to try new ideas for the sake of trying new ideas. And don't get me wrong, sometimes those ideas can be amazing. Oh well, the game's coming out this summer, so I guess we'll know soon enough if my complaints are warranted. It's time for June, and you know what that means? E3 baby! Oh wait a minute, I completely forgot about this whole pandemic thing. I guess this means we'll have to stay home and play Nintendo's latest release, Clubhouse Games. Not gonna lie, this is a pretty fun compilation of classic board games, but that's pretty much all it is. Wanna play chess? They got it. Checkers? They got it. Chinese checkers? They got it too. Connect 4? No, sadly, they don't have that one. They only have 4 in a row! It's the same game! The list of available games is actually pretty crazy, and this truly is a fun way to play some classic family night games. Considering it was released in a time where most people were just staying home and waiting for days to go by, this was a great addition to the Switch's library. You know what this game lacks though? A physical challenge. Well, welcome to Jump Rope Challenge, a little free game that Nintendo released out of nowhere. And well, you jump. And that's it. That's the whole game. You hold your Joy-Con and you play pretend. I don't know, cool I guess? To be honest, the game isn't that good, but the story about how the game came to be is far more interesting. Basically, due to this ongoing pandemic, Nintendo developers had to work from home, and some of them felt they were not able to exercise as much as they wanted to. A small team then decided to create this little game, and well, here we are. That's cool, right? There wasn't a Nintendo Direct that month, but we had a Pokemon present, which I guess is just their own versions of Nintendo Direct. I mean, sure, why not? This presentation was actually quite interesting, as it unveiled a couple new Pokemon games. The first one is Pokemon Smile. It's a toothbrush app. Moving on. Pokemon Cafe Mix was also shown, and this one is a cute looking puzzle game where you link Pokemon icons together to destroy them and gain some points. You can then play some sort of game where Pokemons come and visit your little cafe and you serve them drinks and whatnot. I don't know, man. I just wasn't a fan of that one, but for the low price of free, I think it's actually a pretty decent deal. The next game that was introduced actually made me quite happy. A new Pokemon Snap game is in development for the Nintendo Switch, and wow, does it look good! As a kid, I always enjoyed playing Pokemon Snap, as it allowed me to see all of my favorite Pokemon in their natural habitats. Taking pictures and throwing fruits at them wasn't peak gameplay per se, but it was fun enough for me to come back often. Well, this new version for the Switch actually looks as fun as the N64 one. Finally, the first DLC pack for Pokemon Sword and Shield was announced to be ready, and it was coming out the same day, so that's pretty neat. Personally, I played Sword and Shield a couple years later, so I have yet to play these DLCs, but maybe I'll get to them one day. Well, that's all folks, thanks for tuning in to this Pokemon presentation.
1 week later.
Oh hey, we're already back! Yup, another Pokemon presentation occurred a week after the last one, but this one was dedicated to their brand new game, Pokemon Unite. This new one is a MOBA, so basically, it's League of Legends, but with Pokemon. I didn't really care about the game that much at first, but eventually I started playing it and got completely addicted for a few weeks. You pick your hero Pokemon, and then you gotta defeat the enemy team, the random Pokemons walking around the map, and you throw balls in your opponent's goal to destroy them. I'm not gonna go into details, because this is actually a pretty deep game, but just know that if you want to play this game, you have to be ready to be angry at your teammates all the time. It's a MOBA after all. Raging against everyone is part of the fun, I suppose. Hey, remember that Super Smash character from ARMS that was still in development back then? Well, it has now been revealed as Min Min, and she's coming out on June 29th, so the wait won't be too long. That's it for June, so let's move on to July, and this month was actually so sad. First off, it's the month where Paper Mario The Origami King came out. I guess the game's okay. I mean, it's decent and like a million times better than Sticker Star, but you know damn well that doesn't mean much. Like, don't get me wrong, the game is pretty and colorful, the characters are actually pretty interesting, the writing is actually funny, and the game definitely has iconic moments. But here's the truth, I didn't like the gameplay, and well, that's a pretty big part of any game, ain't it? Just like I expected, they didn't bring back the classic Paper Mario battle system with XP and everything, and instead created a brand new one where you fight in a round arena and you move the enemies around to line them up perfectly, and then you attack using your boots or your hammer. It's different and a little bit interesting, I suppose, but come on, this is not what I want from the Paper Mario series! Remember how E3 is not happening this year? Well, fear not, as Nintendo will still hold a Nintendo Treehouse stream on July 10th, focused on Paper Mario The Origami King. Why are you doing this to me, Nintendo? Oh, but wait, what is that? It will also reveal a new game made by WayForward, the makers of the Shantae series. Oh, this is interesting. If Nintendo announces it, it must mean it's a big title. It's a fucking Bakugan game. Nintendo also held a Nintendo Direct, but this one is a new format, a Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. Well, I'ma cut to the chase here. It wasn't interesting and didn't reveal anything crazy. I mean, sure, we now have DLC for last year's Cadence of Hyrule, giving us new playable Zelda characters such as Impa, Shadow Link, and Shadow Zelda, with more DLC promised in the future, and that's kinda neat. The game was also given a physical release, so yeah, sure, why not? An HD port of Shin Megami Tensei 3 was announced, and Shin Megami Tensei 5 was confirmed to still be in development. Yay, I don't care. That direct was pretty lame, and well, we'll move on to the next month. Sorry to disappoint, but August was also a pretty sluggish month in terms of Nintendo Switch news. In fact, I'm pretty sure I forgot the Switch was even a thing during that month. Just like what they did with Origami King, Nintendo decided to randomly drop a trailer for a brand new Pikmin game. Oh wait, no, it's just the deluxe port of Pikmin 3 for Wii U. Don't get me wrong, Pikmin 3 is a really good game, but once again, it's a game that I already played on the Wii U, so how do you expect me to feel? Plus, the announcement trailer was pretty lame and didn't show much. It's coming out in October, so I'll be on the lookout for that. Hey, guess what? A brand new Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase occurred during this month, and this one also sucked major balls. Like seriously, this was a boring one, revealing games I didn't care about, like Just Dance and Fuser. This was a snooze fest, but luckily for me, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered was given a release date of August 27th, and then the game sucked. Yup, they managed to take a beloved GameCube game and ruin it by adding online multiplayer and making it complete garbage. I'm not gonna go into detail, but basically, the appeal of this game was the multiplayer aspect, and they made certain choices that actually made the online completely painful, boring, and useless. Kind of a bummer. Luckily, September arrived, and with it came an actual cool announcement. It's Mario's 35th anniversary this year, and well, the month started with a special Nintendo Direct entirely dedicated to my boy Mario. This Direct started off with the announcement of a special Game & Watch console that allowed you to play the original NES game anywhere. A port of Wii U's Super Mario 3D World was also revealed, and well, this one looked like it had received quite a makeover. Everything felt faster and smoother, but once again, it's a Wii U game. I already played it, so why would I buy it again? Oh my gosh, what is this plus sign? What is it? What does it mean? This is actually a new Mario game inside 3D World. Is it an open world game? Why is it so dark and spoopy? Bowser's Fury? Oh my gosh, yes! Okay, that's pretty much all that was told at the time, but the idea of having a new Mario adventure coming out soon was more than enough to get me super hyped. Super Mario Bros. 35 was also revealed during that Direct, and well, this is a battle royale game where you play the original NES game against 34 other players. This game is in the vein of Tetris 99, but with Mario, so you bet I was hyped as heck for this one. The game was coming out next month, but the wait wouldn't be too long. And for some reason, Nintendo also decided to make this game playable until March 31st of 2021, which is a pretty odd decision. That meant that this game would only be live for 6 months and then vanish forever. A new Mario Kart game was then revealed, and well, this is not a proper Mario Kart game per se, but a toy with a camera that allows you to play Mario Kart in your own house. The concept is actually pretty cool and exciting, but yeah, I knew this was another one of the Nintendo Labo situations. You know, a game that would be fun for like a day or so, and that you never play ever again. Super Mario All-Stars, this epic compilation of classic SNES games, was also released for the Nintendo Switch app right after the Direct, so that's neat. But Nintendo had one more exciting thing to show before ending this Direct. Whoa, is that Mario 64 on the Switch? Okay, I'm listening. Oh my, Mario Sunshine? Oh, and Mario Galaxy as well? Yup, Nintendo decided to release a brand new Super Mario 3D All-Stars pack featuring those 3 beloved games. This is truly an exciting compilation. But just like Mario 35, Nintendo announced that the game would only be available until the end of March. What's going on at the end of March? Are you all killing Mario or something? This Direct was really cool, and well, it made me excited for what's to come on the Switch, because let's be real, the past few months have been really meh in terms of Switch releases. A couple days later, Nintendo also decided to announce a brand new game out of the blue. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Oh my goodness, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love Hyrule Warriors. Like, I love it way too much. It's one of my favorite games of all time, so of course the announcement of a sequel drove me completely nuts. This new game was set in the Breath of the Wild universe. That means that we would get to fight in the Great Calamity War. And oh my gosh, what an amazing idea! I can't wait to experience this game in November. Guess what? Nintendo also decided to give us yet another Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. And this one was a bit better than the last two, showing off new Monster Hunter games, a couple more RPGs, and a sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest. Hey, you know what? That Direct was kind of worth it. Alright, time to play that Mario collection that was announced. Well, it's good. I mean, it's Super Mario 64, Sunshine and Galaxy, but on your Switch, allowing you to play them anywhere at any time. To be fair, those are all games that I had replayed multiple times in the past, so I didn't completely replay them all, but I do remember spending a crap ton of time with Galaxy. I actually streamed my entire playthrough on the channel, so yeah, there's that. This collection also features the original soundtrack for all of these games, so that's a pretty cool little bonus, but all in all, it's just a collection of older games, so there's not much I can say about it. During this month, I also decided to pick up Hades, because I had heard great things about it. And well, yes, it's actually pretty good. Basically, you're playing as Zagreus, the prince of the underworld, and your goal here is to escape this realm to run away from your father, Hades. To do so, you'll have to explore tons of rooms, fight armies of creatures, and you'll die quite a lot. Oh, did I mention it's a roguelike? Yup, it's one of these games where you're meant to die over and over again, but as you die, you will retain some of your moves and abilities, allowing you to progress even further each time. It's highly addictive, and the Switch version runs flawlessly. I also played Ori and the Will of the Wisps, the second game in the series, and I mean, it's great. I actually loved the first game, and I have to admit that the second one might be even better. It's a Metroidvania, and the world you explore is vast, the enemies you encounter are strong, and the battle feels actually way better in that second game. Nintendo also released yet another downloadable Kirby game, Kirby Fighter 2, and well, it's a fighting game with Kirby characters. In a sense, I would say this is kinda like Smash Bros, but from Wish.com. You get it? It was okay at best, and I didn't spend a lot of time with it. Yo, I almost forgot. A Fortnite Nintendo Switch was announced during September. Oh heck yeah! I can't wait to get those #1 victory royales! Speaking of, October is finally here, and the newest and latest Battle Royale game just launched, Super Mario 35. Oh man, did I have fun with this game. Basically, you play the classic Mario Bros game, but as you play it, you will send and get sent enemies from the other players you play with. Get them killed and you'll get some coins. Survive for the longest and you'll get that epic dub. Seriously, the game was insanely fun, it was fast-paced, original, and man, I'm still angry that if I want to play it today, it just won't let me. But you know what they say? Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. The new Mario Kart game also released during that month, and well, I mean, it's okay I guess. I enjoyed getting all of those cardboard gates out and placing them around my house to then drive a car through them. It was exciting, for an hour or so. Basically, you'll drive your real car through your real house while dodging virtual banana peel shells and all of the classic Mario Kart hazards. What that means is that every time your car touches a virtual obstacle, it's going to slow down a bit. It's actually quite clever, but as I already said, it's really limited by the real world stuff. I imagine myself building some insanely big courses around my house, but the cart can barely go to another room before losing connection with the Nintendo Switch. Plus, it's not really strong enough to go up slopes, so yeah, all in all, this was a bit of a disappointment to me. Pikmin 3 Deluxe finally came out near the end of the month, and well, it's Pikmin 3. Not much was added to this deluxe port beside a new Captain Olimar adventure and a couple quality of life improvements. I really enjoyed this game, but you know, it's a classic Pikmin game. Sure, you can now control 3 characters at once and give them orders to further improve your micromanagement skills, and you get a couple new Pikmin types, but this game didn't revolutionize the whole Pikmin genre. I wish the deluxe port added more novelty. but I guess we'll have to save this for Pikmin 4. A new character was also revealed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it's none other than Steve from Minecraft. This is actually very cool, and I am looking forward to that one. Alright, just before we move on to November, we have to talk about yet another Nintendo Direct Mini Partner Showcase. How many of these will we have to suffer through? This one started off with Bravely Default 2, and well, having played the first game on 3DS, I was a bit interested in that one. No More Heroes 3 finally debuted with a gameplay trailer, and man, okay, now we're talking. I love the No More Heroes series, so obviously I really wanted to try that one ASAP. The gameplay looked like No More Heroes 1 and 2, and that's actually a good thing. These games are just so fun to play. You know what? I might even plug in my Wii to replay the first 2 games. Oh my gosh, they are coming out for the Nintendo Switch today? Oh, that's so cool! A final trailer for Age of Calamity was shown at the end and also unveiled a demo that would be available later that same day. I can now officially say that this was the best Direct Mini ever made. We're back, baby! Obviously, I played the Age of Calamity demo, but you know what? I'm gonna wait for the full game to release to tell you more about it. As No More Heroes 1 and 2 are now available on Switch, you know I had to replay those too, and well, they're just as good as I remembered them to be. These games are just brainless fun. You control Travis Touchdown, and your goal is to become the #1 assassin in the world. In order to do so, well, you have to assassinate everyone else. Sadly, climbing to the top is quite expensive, so if you want to participate in the battles, you need to get some money by doing part-time jobs. This game series is so ridiculous, and I'm all there for that. I personally enjoyed the first game more, but the second one is also pretty good. November is now here, and well, the brand new Hyrule Warriors game is also here. This was one of my most anticipated games ever since it was revealed, and I'm glad to report that it's amazing! This game is actually really different from the previous one, and actually borrows way more from Breath of the Wild than it does Hyrule Warriors. But you know what? That's a great thing. Obviously, you'll be fighting hundreds upon hundreds of enemies, but you also have to solve a few puzzles using the abilities from Breath of the Wild. Exploring all of the environments, but this time fighting a war through them, actually makes the world feel very alive, and pretty much all of the characters you get to play as play differently. The story was pretty meh, as it doesn't really tell the story of the Great Calamity War and how everyone ended up losing and dying, but instead focuses on an alternate timeline where Link and his friends actually succeed during the war. It was a bit disappointing, but then again, it's a Warriors game, so are we really playing this for the story? Just like the first game in the series, it features a lot of content and will take you a lot of hours if you want to fully complete the game. Sure, it can get a bit repetitive, but I really don't care about that. This game is a blast to play. Guess what? Nintendo released an update for Super Mario 3D All-Star Collection, and now you can play these games using a GameCube controller. Cool, I suppose. While we're on the topic of updates, the Nintendo Switch console also received one, and now we have a big red Nintendo Switch Online button on the main menu. Wow, this is totally not an eyesore. Basically, it launches an app that tells you more about the Nintendo Switch Online subscription service and perks you get with it. Okay, cool I guess. December arrived, and well, I didn't really buy a single Nintendo game during that month. I was still busy playing Hyrule Warriors, No More Heroes 1 and 2, Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and basically all of the games released in the past few weeks, so I wasn't really bothered by the lack of new Nintendo releases. Oh, I guess they did release the classic Fire Emblem NES game, localized for the first time in North America, and you know my feelings about the Fire Emblem series. It's good, but I don't care about it. So yeah, I didn't care about that one either. A new Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC character was revealed at the Game Awards, and it's none other than my boy Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. I mean, we already have Cloud, so might as well have Sephiroth. That makes sense. Happy New Year, everyone! We made it through 2020, and now it's time for January 2021. And well, nothing particularly interesting was released during this month, at least not according to my taste. There was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World that got a port for the Switch, and I mean, it's an old PS3 game, but it's really good. On January 12th, Nintendo unveiled Bowser's Fury in a trailer online, and wow, it does look quite amazing. I can't wait to play it next month. Hey, we're next month, and I'm happy to report that Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury is out, and this game is phenomenal! Super Mario 3D World was a fun game on the Wii U, but it always felt a bit slow, and well, the Switch port actually decided to crank up the speed quite a lot. Okay, now we're talking. The Switch version received so many quality of life improvements that I can barely look the Wii U version in the eyes anymore. It's faster, the game now saves automatically, you can skip cutscenes, and there's even online play. I mean, they really outdid themselves. Now this is truly a deluxe version of the game, even though this one actually doesn't feature the word deluxe in the title. But the real fun comes from the brand new game mode, Bowser's Fury. In this new game, you control Mario and you have to go through a big open area to collect cat shines. Fight a giant version of Bowser, find keys, collect shards, fight bosses, ice skate on top of an icy hill, climb up a big tower, go through clear pipes, and ride Plessie on a big lake. Whew, that's a lot. Basically, as you play the game, this big shell in the center of the world will slowly rise up, and when it hits the top, a storm starts and a giant Bowser starts attacking you from afar. From that point on, you gotta collect a cat shine to send him back to sleep. Eventually, you'll have enough cat shines to unlock the Super Bell and will be able to turn into a giant cat Mario, and this is the point where you can start to kick Bowser's ass. This formula is very simple and yet so fun. I love Bowser's Fury and I played this game quite a lot. Heck, I even started speedrunning Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury during that period because of how fresh the whole game felt. Besides that, Nintendo finally released Bravely Default 2, and remember how I told you I was interested when they first showed it? Well, Mario completely stole that interest. I was so busy improving my personal best that I completely forgot about it. Sorry. Remember the classic Nintendo Direct formula from back in the days? Well, February was the month where they brought that formula back. This Direct started off with the reveal of Pyra and Mythra as new Smash Bros characters. And well, I still haven't played Xenoblade 2, but I finally bought it! So that's an improvement. Fall Guys was revealed to be coming out on the Switch, and well, the game was extremely popular at the time, so I was pretty satisfied to see a Switch version coming soon. Famicom Detective Club was also revealed to be coming on Switch, and well, this game series is a visual novel, which I'm personally not a fan of. But hey, it's always cool to see classic games being revived. A new trailer for Monster Hunter Rise was also shown, as well as a new Switch bundle to go with it. Personally, I just bought the Red Mario Switch, so I will sadly have to skip this one. A new entry in the Mario Golf series was revealed, Super Rush, and well, it's Mario Golf. I never really was the biggest fan of the series and preferred the tennis games, but hey, it looks actually decent, so I'll give this one a try when it comes out. More gameplay was shown for No More Heroes 3, and the game finally got a release date of August 27, so there's that. A port of the 3DS game Miitopia was unveiled for the Switch, and well, I never played that one back then, but had heard great things about it, so this time around, I will definitely be playing. Some Mario costumes were shown for Animal Crossing New Horizons, and they were made available the following week for free. Some DLC was announced for Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and you bet I was looking forward to it. Finally, Aonuma appeared on screen to tell us that Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 was still in development and would require more time before it was ready. Okay, sure, in the meantime, we were given a trailer for an HD port of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Oh boy, I have mixed feelings about this one. The Wii version was so focused on the motion controls that I eventually started disliking this entry, so I'm not sure how I feel about a Switch port. Oh, wait a minute, you can actually use the analog stick to control the sword this time around? Okay, now you got me listening. I cannot wait to give this game a second chance, this time in glorious HD and with actual button controls. Oh my gosh, look at these lovely Joy-Cons, they are so pretty, I need them! This new game will come out this summer in July, so we'll have to wait a bit more. The Nintendo Direct ended with what seemed like Splatoon gameplay. Is that a new DLC for Splatoon 2? Maybe a new adventure? Actually, it's a sequel. Splatoon 3 was revealed, And wow, I didn't see this one coming. I mean, Splatoon 2 was already pretty good, so I wonder what they can add to the third one, but I'm still a little bit excited about it. A couple days later, Nintendo also revealed a new Pokemon remake, Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, and I know a lot of people got quite excited for that one. Personally, I'm a Pokemon boomer, so I never played those newer generations, but you know what, I'm gonna give this one a try. I kinda wanna get back into Pokemon games. And then, Pokemon Legends Arceus was revealed. This one seems to take place in the past, and you gotta hide in the grass to throw Pokeballs at Pokemon and catch them. It looked very different from everything we were used to. New gameplay, new era, new formula, heck yeah I'm in! This game genuinely got me excited, and well, I cannot wait to experience it. The Switch's 4th year actually started extremely slow, and well, I guess the whole pandemic had something to do with that. But thankfully, Nintendo picked up the slack and some amazing games ended up being released during that period. It was a good year to be a Switch owner, and from what we've seen so far, we're about to have even more fun in the upcoming months. Join me next time as we'll enter Nintendo's 5th year with the Switch, and this one will be quite good, let me tell you. Thanks a lot for watching, I'll see you in the next one.